We saw how you could use the verb être in the imparfait to describe how people were in the past. So you could say tu étais de bonne humeur. You were in a good mood. Or elle était frustrée. She was frustrated. Today we're going to look at how to say it was. It was is the word c'était. C'était is ce, ce, which means it or that, plus the imparfait of the verb être, which is was, c'était. For example, c'était stressant, it was stressful. If you wanted to make this negative, you would break apart ce and était, and you would insert ne pas around your verb, so you would have ce n'était pas. It was not. Ce n'était pas effrayant. It was not scary. So c'était is how you'll say it was. Ce n'était pas is how you will say it was not. This form doesn't change. And ce is always masculine. So you always have the masculine adjective over here. You don't have to make it agree, feminine or plural. Here is a great opportunity to use those words that we learned before to describe situations like fatigant, intéressant, déprimant, effrayant, ennuyant, énervant, étonnant, frustrant, gênant, and stressant. So I could say c'était étonnant, it was surprising, or c'était ennuyant, it was boring. Or I could make them negative and say ce n'était pas intéressant, it wasn't interesting. Ce n'était pas frustrant, it wasn't frustrating. You could also use some old adjectives from French 1 and 2, like amusant, barbant, bon, bien, bizarre, calme, difficile, facile, génial, horrible, nul, super, tranquille, and triste. So you could say, oh, c'était triste, it was sad. Or c'était barbant, it was boring. So barbant is another way of saying ennuyant. Ce n'était pas bizarre, it wasn't weird. So you could use these old adjectives as well. Plus, there's a whole other list of words we could use. These are just ones I thought would be useful to describe situations, things that have happened. Let's look at these new adjectives to describe situations. You could say c'était animé. It was really lively, like lots of stuff was going on. C'était bref. It was short. It was brief. C'était bondé. It was really crowded. C'était bruyant. It was loud. Dangereux. Dangerous. Délicieux. Delicious. Dégoûtant. Disgusting. Déroutant. Confusing. Épuisant. Exhausting. Exigeant. Challenging. Fantastique. Fantastic. Formidable. Wonderful. Incroyable. Incredible. Marrant. Funny. So marrant is another word for amusant. Mauvais. Bad. Pas terrible. Awful. I want to point out that that looks weird, that pas terrible looks like not terrible, so it should be good, but it means awful. The word terrible all by itself is actually, it means like cool. So it sounds bad, like terrible, but really it's like terrible. It's the equivalent of slang words we have in English like sick, ill, nasty, bad, wicked, or whatever kids are saying nowadays. So instead of saying like, oh, those shoes are sick, in French they'd say, oh, les chaussures sont terribles. And terrible means like cool. So pas terrible is like not cool. So it means bad. So if you ever see pas terrible, it's not a good thing. It's not confusing at all. It's fine. Passionnant means it's fascinating, like I'm passionate about that thing. Productif, productive. Propre, clean. Rapide, fast. Relaxant, relaxing. Reposant, restful. Sale, dirty. Silencieux, silent. Simple, simple, plain. Troublant, troubling, disturbing. So you could use c'était with any of these, like, oh, le sandwich, c'était délicieux. It was delicious. Or, no, vendredi, c'était productif. Friday, it was really productive. Ce n'était pas reposant. It wasn't restful. So c'était, ce n'était pas, with all of these, could be used to describe what situations were like. One more time. Animé, bref, bondé, bruyant, dangereux, délicieux, dégoûtant, déroutant, épuisant, exigeant, fantastique, formidable, incroyable, marrant, mauvais, pas terrible, passionnant, productif, propre, rapide, relaxant, reposant, sale, silencieux, simple, troublant. The last thing I want to show you is what this looks like in context. So here is a little conversation that I made up between two people. Oh, tu as regardé le match hier soir? C'était incroyable. The verbs in red are passé composé. They are actions that happened in the past. And then the verbs in black over here are c'était, ce n'était pas, and the imparfait to describe what those events were like. Tu as regardé le match hier soir? C'était incroyable. Did you see the game last night? It was incredible. Oui, j'ai vu quand Kylian Mbappé est tombé. J'étais un peu effrayée, mais il n'était pas blessé. C'était stressant. Yes, I saw when Kylian Mbappé fell down. So those moments are done, passé composé. J'étais un peu effrayée. I was a little scared, mais il n'était pas blessé. But he was not hurt. C'était stressant. It was really stressful. Oui, j'étais très enthousiaste quand il a marqué le but à la fin. C'était génial. Yeah, I was really excited when he scored the goal at the end. It was great. Oh, je n'ai pas vu ça. J'ai eu trop de devoirs et ma mère était un peu fâchée parce que j'ai procrastiné. Ce n'était pas marrant. Oh, I didn't see that. I had too much homework and my mom was a little mad because I procrastinated. It wasn't funny. So this is just an overview of what été would look like in context. And notice that you still keep using passé composé to describe these moments, but c'était, ce n'était pas, j'étais, elle était, those describe what things were like and how people felt, how they were.